Hey, good morning, everyone. Dr. Ekberg is one of the greats in how the body works. He's a holistic doctor. He was an Olympic athlete, and he knows a thing or two. So, really quick, I'm going to run down. He says that there are 10 things that the keto lifestyle will do for you. And I'm just simply going to vouch for him and tell him how it impacted my life. So, the first one is freedom from food. Sounds interesting, doesn't it? When you wake up in the morning, what do? Well, I make my coffee, but after that, I don't care what I do. I mean, I don't need to eat breakfast, so I don't. Right now, we're kind of finishing off our minimalistic journey here. I'm going through some last schnibbles. If anyone's ever moved before, you know what schnibbles are, and now I'm dealing with that, but I don't need to spend, half an hour, 20 minutes, maybe close to an hour preparing bacon and eggs, eating anything. All right, so number one, freedom from hunger, freedom from food. And number two is freedom from fighting my body weight. I don't worry about it. I mean, I step on a scale, I guess, just to show my vlog that it actually worked. Excuse me. That's the typical morning runs here from my nose. It's been cold, and since we don't have central air heat, we don't need it. We put clothes on, it's pretty good. It keeps your body, kind of working. But freedom from weight. I don't need to worry about what I'm going to weigh tomorrow, the next week, next month. As a matter of fact, whenever I step on the scale, it's just creeping lower and lower and lower. And it's really, really a good thing. It's great to know that I'm not a slave to a scale either. So I guess number one, freedom from food. Number two, freedom from a scale. All right. How much is that worth to you? I don't know. In fact, on that freedom from the scale, I don't need to worry how much I eat. I eat all I want. I eat till I'm full. And it's an amazing feeling to be comfortably stuffed and know that not a lick, pun intended, of what you eat is going to make you gain weight. And again, I alluded it to number one, freedom from food. Number three is actually you don't need to schedule your life around food. This last July, when I went on vacation, we went out to a little town in eastern Mexico, up in the mountains, and everyone woke up and what are we gonna eat? Oh, we have this, we have that, and I know there's a social aspect. That's fine, and I involved myself in that, and it was great. But and then we decided to go out on our own and everything else. I didn't need to worry about packing snacks. If you're going to be out a long time and if it's hot, of course, take some water. But if you don't care about any of that, like here, it was the middle of summer, but of course that's kind of our winter here, up in the mountains. So it gets rather chilly at night. Oh, and the sky is so clear, you have no idea. It is so clear. I mean, you can see the Milky Way. And I mean, like, whoa. Unfortunately, I think it was only clear one evening, but it doesn't matter. It rains in the evening, and you have a whole day to do what you want. And you don't have to sit there, especially when we were traveling. The trip was 9 hours total with a couple of stops here and there. And I not once thought, oh no, where are we going to eat? When are we going to eat? How much are we going to eat? What do we have to spend? We got to where we got. We got unpacked. We did our thing. Dun, da, da, dun, da, da, dun. Freedom from a schedule. That's number three. Number four is totally good here. It's endless, stable energy. So I woke up this morning at 7:30, and I will go to bed probably 10:30, 11 tonight. And not once will I feel drowsy I teach for a living, and we teach at We converted one of our rooms into a classroom. It's good for the write-offs too. And the interesting thing about all this is that when I was fat, and I was really fat, guys. As a matter of fact, last night we went out to eat tacos, and everyone there was fat, and the wait staff was fat, and the cooks were fat. It's like everybody's fat now. What the hell? It didn't used to be that way. And I looked at a guy over there and said, "Look at that guy. He's pretty big, huh? Was I bigger or about the same?" They're like, "Dude, you were way bigger." I'm like, I can't believe I'm alive. I really can't. Looking at this guy and looking how sick he looks, I can't believe I'm alive. I really, thank God I found this. So this whole idea of stable energy is amazing. You talk about, I wish I had a couple more hours of my day. Well, when you have stable energy and you don't need to take naps or you don't need to, crash here and there, I'm telling you. And I go from 7:30 to the time I go to bed, go, go, go. And I lack no energy whatsoever at all. And my brain is like always firing. And it's always like top. I think after the idea of feeling full, or in tandem with number 5 is the taste of your food. Do you really enjoy eating the cardboard and the rice cakes? And I have gone back and tasted carbs again. I've tasted rice. That's a staple in the Mexican house. I've tasted, got my little shirt on, but don't tell him. And bread, and it's pasty and nasty. I don't prefer it. I don't like the flavor of it. But cheese and meats and butter and olive oil and chicken wings and oh my God, all the things that I actually love to eat, I get to eat. And I eat them until I'm comfortably stuffed. That's Dr. Barry always says that. Absolutely eat, and I don't worry about calories, and I don't worry about how much I've eaten, and I don't care because it tastes good, and I eat till I'm full. There is one little bummer. Being the food is rather social. Sometimes, folks will eat cena, and that's like supper, but they'll eat that later, like we did last night at tacos, 8, 9 in the evening, and it's like, I'm not hungry, but I sit and hang out, and we have a good time, and blah, blah, blah. And they're spilling food all over themselves, and I'm not, so that's kind of neat. All right, number 6, better sleep. Oh, yeah, man. Dude. I can't tell you how many times I used to wake up in the middle of the night. 55 years old. That, for most people, is old age. And a real quick story about that. In William Beaumont Army Medical Center, where I worked with a company named TriWest, we had geriatric training, and we had a counselor come in, and she gave us a seminar on how we perceive age in old people. At the time, I was 30. And I'm sitting in a room of, 20, 30-ish crowd, 40-ish. And she said, how do you know, what age to you is old? And 80%, almost all of them, 90% said, in your 50s approaching 60. That's old. I just sat there, and I had actually written 100 on my page, because my dad always said, once you hit 100, nothing else matters. Right? That's kind of a little trick in life. Actually, you can back that up to whatever age you are and say, who cares? Get over it. Don't worry about it. If you can control it like yourself. If you can't control it, then why do you worry about it, right? So, and she said, whoa, 100, wow. And may I ask what you're doing? I said, yeah, I'm walking with my wife. And it just blew her mind, and everyone else just kind of looked at me like I was the weirdest flipping guy in the world. What do you mean 100 is old? And I feel so good right now at 55. I don't even see 100 as an issue. I mean, I may wrinkle out and whatever, but that whole hunched, and I have one recommendation and eat a lot of the, Worcestershire sauce, or, no, hell no, man. I'm going to have all my teeth, and I'm going to say, no, man, just eat a lot of meats and fats and do some exercise. A lot of fun. And so, kind of returning back, you get so much sleep. And like I said, 55, a lot of people are running to the bathroom, constantly because you are diabetic. That's one of the symptoms. Frequent urination, especially at night. That's diabetes. Well, I'm not diagnosed and you're not a doctor. Yes, I'm not a doctor. Not at all. I don't pretend to give you diagnoses. I couldn't care less. But I know what I know. And I can Google it just like you can, and you have symptoms. And one of the symptoms of diabetes is frequent urination, especially at night. Look it up, okay? I wake up once, and that's just because I drink a crap load of water before I go to bed, just to kind of make sure I don't know, I feel like I'm thirsty, so I drink. And if I'm not, then I actually won't. And it's not a bad thing, dry fasting either, which means nothing for 12 or 14 hours. Let your body deal with it. It's good. So sleep, delicious sleep. I love it. I'm as if dead. I mean, that's how unconscious I get when I sleep now. And then I wake up, often before my alarm. Just last little fun thing here. How many of you are pissed because you woke up 2 minutes before your alarm? And I'm like, dude, I woke up before my alarm. Yeah. I mean, for me, it's like whoa. Number 7, better focus and mental quality. Absolutely, man. My reflexes are as they were. I remember in my 20s, I was always amazed by my own reflexes, my ability to react and respond and say, grab something out of the air, mosquitoes, flies, whatever. I can do that again. It's weird. I mean, it's as if I went back 30 years in time, and I kid you not. And my acuity, I was able to solve some problems in my head the other day. I saw this little jewel that I remember, all right? And so I went ahead and solved it in rapid order. Obviously, I knew what it was going to be, but I didn't remember exactly, all the intricacies of the sines, cosines, tangents. But I did remember kind of what, each thing is. Maybe I'll do a little video on my other channel. I'm just kind of solving that for like Merry Christmas, a lot of fun. So again, mental acuity. I'm playing chess with a good friend of mine in Belgium. And we played several games. He beat me one, we drew one. And here I'm just, I actually have a lot of work to do during my vacation. Like I said, we're re-minimalizing, so, but I'll get there. But no, chess is like that's hard. I love my brain. Oh, and Dr. Ekberg says number 8, better immune function. Don't even get me started. I don't get sick. And when I do, it's, a headache, and then that's it. And I remember in the old days, when I would get sick, I would just have a little headache, and that would be the end of it. But no, I was severely metabolically challenged. I had a sore throat back in November of 2019, and I have a 3-day rule, and I went to the doc, and I thought it was strep, which actually worries me more than anything else, because I know it can run. Strep will run and impact parts of your body that you probably don't want it to impact. And she said, no, it's viral, and she hit me with some stuff. I don't have the box here. We just tossed it out. Obviously, I don't need it anymore. It was an injectable antiviral. And it worked. I felt better, and then all of a sudden I crashed. And whatever this thing was went right into my lungs. And for the first time in my life, I felt like, Jesus, I think I have asthma. This is weird because I've never had asthma. I've never had a sickness that yanked at my lungs like it did. And now, I mean, we're dealing with some other situations here in the world. And, like I said, I had a headache Sunday, a little bit into Monday. Boom, today I'm going to do my HIIT, and life is good. And I had a bacterial infection, like I said, that I knew about. And I tried to go to the doctor for that one, and they're like, well, we're only seeing certain patients because of the world crisis. And so I just couldn't get anyone to see me. I couldn't get medicine. not the routes that I take. And here we are, it was like 2 months, and I had done a 5-day fast. It was 3 months or so. Anyway, I did a 5-day fast. Knee pain, arthritis, this back infection, gone. Wow. Okay, like I said, longevity's never really been a huge concern for me. I'm Latin Rite Orthodox Catholic, so when I die, I get to get judged, and then we find out from there how eternity works out. So I don't care about longevity, and that's number 9 in his list. Yeah, would it be neat, this and that? We're all going to die and pay taxes, so you got to get over that. But hey, if you feel good while you're living, I mean, to me, that's even more important. If I had to live long, I want to make sure it's long by feeling good. And another little story about that, my dad, my Uncle John, wound up with prostate cancer, and my dad suffered at least 15 years with treatments and this and that, and one thing led to the other, and the surgery, and oh my God, and it didn't catch everything, and this. What a pain. My uncle, I guess, had the same issue, and they seeded his, and he winds up dying of liver cancer quickly. I mean, it just went woof. And then my other 2 uncles, again, there were 4 boys, apparently they'd come back zeros. So if that's a genetic indication, and then there's some epigenetics involved in that. But I also know that eating a low-carb, high-fat lifestyle regenerates your body, and it definitely will reduce your risk of getting cancers. It doesn't matter anyway, and I know a good doctor, and he's like, well, yeah, I had a PSA test at 40, came back with nothing, and then here at 55, and a doctor friend of mine, he's like, well, you've been tested lately? I'm not gonna. Like, why? Well, what does it matter? Because I'm not going to do anything about it. Huh? So why get tested for something that I'm not even going to manage? All right? If I have it, I have it. If I don't have it, I don't have it. I don't want to know. I don't care. Because even if I have it, I'm not going to do anything about it anyway. A, it's really slow moving. B, metastasize. Oh, aren't you worried? No, I don't worry about it. Honestly, I do not worry about it. Look in my eyes. I don't worry about it. I don't worry about any of it. When it's my time to go, I still like the Heartbreak Ridge. I went through the military for 8 years. You know what? It doesn't matter how fast you can run or how high you can jump. When it's your time, it's your time. Okay, and for number 10, Dr. Berg says it will reduce 95% of all your chronic diseases. Look, most of us suffer because of our fuel source. You can only blame genetics so far, and then what? Now what? Okay, that's the hand you were dealt, so what? But here's the thing. Most of what most people that I know are suffering from are food-related illnesses. Diabetes among, like, the top, increased consumption of sugar causes cells to go out of whack. You get your cancers. Insulin resistance causes you to eat a whole lot more, and your body's packing on fat, and it just doesn't know what to do with the extra sugar you keep eating. Sugar, that's like the big thing. Sugar, grains, which are hollow food, and I guess seed oils is out, but since I've shied away from seed oils, I've had some rather large benefits. So on that, knee pain, I had joint pain here, I just can't think of all the pain and stuff. I just had constant chronic, just malaise, and it's all gone, all of it. I just feel wonderful. It feels wonderful. And then I'll post the video down below in the comments. You watch it, and then he has three things you have to give up, but they're not what you think. And well, just in case the video ever goes down, I'll just read them off, and then you'll see what it is. Right, first thing you give up is your old notion of food. It doesn't control you anymore. You cannot continue in the calories in, calories out model. The eat less, do more. You've been doing it. I know you've been doing it. I did it. Doesn't work. Try something new. Hey, what if this fails in 6 months? But what if it worked? Number 2 is fear of fat. That was huge. Isabel and I have always eaten with olive oil and butter anyway. We saw the 2 fat ladies back when they were on a long time ago. I believe they both passed away. May God grant them peace. And but we have almost virtually always eaten with olive oil or butter. The only time we use these seed oils is when we would fry things. And of course, don't get me started. Frying sugar and grains is probably the worst thing you can do in your life. Yeah, the donut's a really bad idea. And just the last thing, there are some bad fats, and they're all man-made. But butter's not man-made. Olive oil's not man-made. And the other fat that I eat, lard, is also not man-made. So very minimally processed. And it's delicious. And it fills you up. And it's actually good for you. And then number 3, you have to give up the idea of good or bad quality food. In the sense of just eat what God packaged. If you like fruit, I actually don't, and I never really did, but they kept saying, well, you should eat fruit because it's good for you, and vegetables because they're good for you. I don't mind a leafy vegetable, salad, cauliflower, broccoli. I like those. As a matter of fact, broccoli and steak, I make it the Asian style. It's the old, broccoli. Say I just don't put it over rice. I find it's delicious. Okay, fine, I'll eat a vegetable here and there. Sometimes my gut doesn't really like it. Vegetables are a little hard on my system. But I'll eat them here and there. I do, like, sometimes I crave a salad. So whatever's in the salad I probably need and I'll eat. And that's the only time my stool will get a little weird, but mostly just eating meats is fine for me. Again, and one guy said, especially regarding fruits, because they are actually poisonous, the fructose is actually, it's no good for your liver. So if you can weigh the risk and the benefit of the fruit, kind of giving you something, but knowing that it's going to challenge your liver a little bit. But he said, when God makes the poison, he always wraps it in the antidote. So if you wanted to eat sugar, that's fine. If you guys have ever seen what sugar cane is, but you have to eat all of it, including the wood. The fruit, don't just squeeze 5 oranges into a glass. All right, eat all 5 oranges. No, you don't have to eat the rind, but at least the cellophane that it's wrapped in. Go ahead and, would you actually sit there and eat 5 oranges? And most people are like, ugh. Then why in the hell are you squeezing it into a glass and just drinking the juice without the fiber? There's where you get into the poison, all right? So in closing, you have the 10 things that you, the keto frees you from, all these worries and stresses. Again, I don't worry about calories. I don't worry about the food other than the fact that it's all meat pretty much and maybe some green leafy veggies. And I'll eat a piece of chocolate here and there. If somebody's got a cake, I'll take a little square. Some people take shots. That's one thing also. I don't drink anymore. It's not like I was ever really a drinker, but every once in a while I would drink here and there, and I don't need it. I just, I'd prefer a club soda or something. So those are your 10 things that the keto will free you from, and then the 3 things that you actually have to give up, which isn't bad. It's all more ideology and concepts. So the video is a little longer today, but I thought maybe it's some insight. And of course, this is my vlog, so I will look back on this maybe and say, how was I feeling then? How was I thinking? What did I look like, kind of thing. It's kind of neat. But if any one of you guys can, gain something from this, that's great. So we'll talk to you guys on the next one. See you soon. Bye.